Good evening. From coast to coast today, his records sold like hotcakes. Overseas, his death made front-page headlines. The President of the United States eulogized him as an artist who had permanently changed the face of American pop culture. And in Memphis, Tennessee, thousands of his grieving fans waited in line for hours outside his home for a final view of singer Elvis Presley, who died yesterday at the age of 42. ABC's Ron Miller reports on the continuing Presley phenomenon.
An estimated 10,000 people from all sections of the country assembled at Presley's compound, Graceland Mansion, for his public viewing. All had come for very personal reasons.
I consider Elvis a part of my life from childhood through my teen years and my adult life, and I feel a part of it's gone now.
I think I've been in love with Elvis Presley since I was 14, and I used to sit and calculate if he was too old for me or not. And besides that, I think Elvis had more impact on our society than any other popular musician, except perhaps the Beatles, and the Beatles were English, not American.
Presley had been hospitalized several times in recent years for ailments generally diagnosed as fatigue and intestinal disorders. His weight was an increasing problem, but none of his associates believed him to be an ill health or a drug user. News of his death jammed telephone lines in Memphis. Florists were unable to keep up with orders that came from Europe, Asia, and Africa. Certainly some of those who came to Memphis were motivated by curiosity, but as the heat intensified, the crowd still grew, and police were faced with another problem. Untold dozens of people fainted in the thick jam of people. It was often difficult to extricate them from the crowd. Finally, after some had waited as long as 14 hours, the crowd was allowed into Graceland Mansion to view his body. Cameras were not permitted. The bier was in an all-white, dimly lit foyer. Presley was dressed in white. Friends and relatives were assembled to one side. And it's clear that the public's reaction to the death of the dream of Elvis Presley will not end tonight. Ron Miller, ABC News, Memphis.
Presley was to have launched a nationwide tour tonight at the Civic Center in Portland, Maine. But today the hall was empty except for some occasional fans who wandered in, some of them talking about the possibility of pooling refunds from their tickets for a donation in memory of the singer. The center's executive director said officials are looking into the possibility of staging a memorial tribute to Elvis Friday night. In the meantime, most of those who had tickets for tonight's canceled performance said they would hold on to them as a remembrance.